Hello, hello, hello. Hold on, I need to get us on Facebook because, as usual, it didn't want to go by itself. All right, let's see if that worked. Hi, Laveda. Hi, Sue. Hi, April. I think it worked. It's taking forever. There it goes. Oof. Oof. Yep. The things you have to do just to get you live on. Hello. Good morning, Brioni. All right. It just went on the book. So, hi, Helen. Okay. Hi, Tina. Hi, Shonda. Hi, Treese. Man, my hands are freezing. And Troy just woke up. Literally 20 minutes ago. And so I had to change him, and my hands are so cold that all the goosebumpies all over his body. I'm trying to not touch him, but couldn't help it. Hi, Sheila. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Hi, Deb. Hopefully you guys all just stayed in and hunkered down and stayed warm. Oh, you're very welcome, April. But if you did venture out to anywhere this weekend, where did you go? What did you do? It just goes by so fast. You guys know I'm going to complain about this until April, until tax season is over, and we don't have to be there 7 days a week because it's there's no time. 2 days isn't enough time, and then 1 day is even worse. Hi, Chris. Hi, Sandy Hinkleman. What happened? The worst heat wave since 2009? Fires out of control? Dang, that sounds like California. That's awful. Hi, Barbara Ross. So on Friday, if you missed Friday, we did do that mirror and did the glass etching on the mirror. And then I don't know if it was maybe yesterday I was walking by it, and you guys know how I was saying I needed to close up that gap at the top a little bit. So, whoa, almost knocked down everything. So I just put a cross on the mirror there just to take up some of that, the gap that was there. So, like I said, I was trying to get the word family in the middle, which it did line up in the middle, but then it shifted the whole stencil, which I didn't really pay attention to. So I was like, well, that'll close up that gap. So it's good enough. Hunkered down, crafted, and cleaned. Oh, hi, Stephanie. No, I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that. That's very cool. I know there's a few of us now that I have noticed are in this area, whereas before when I first started, I couldn't find hardly anybody it's this year, hardly anybody on the West Coast. Everybody is usually East Coast. So, hi, Debbie. Hi, Tanya. So today, I don't know. I walked in the room, and this is where we're going to have problems, is especially because I'm committed to doing DQ on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you guys know we've talked about this a million times. I have a bad habit of not planning my projects. So now I'm having a little bit of an issue because whenever I feel like I'm forced to do something, then it's like that rebel, you don't want to do it. Not that I don't want to craft, but it's just like that creative block, and it's so anyhow, so as I was walking through and I'm like, well, I really don't know what we're doing. There was this little birdhouse that's been sitting there. It's from the wood pile at Hobby Lobby. So I grabbed a candlestick and then I grabbed like a little wooden plank. And I thought we would do like make it a cute birdhouse. Like, I don't know, like a bougie birdhouse. Because I just kind of feel like it. I don't know. We'll see. Hi, Mac. Furnish broke, can't fix it. Oh my goodness. How cold is it for you, Mac? Holy guacamole. It might be worth going and staying like in a bed and breakfast or something if it's going to take a minute. Oh my gosh. That's awful. Thank you, Tanya. So we'll get my desk on the screen. I'm not quite sure. I would like to... Where did my desk go? Hello, desk. Okay. I was kind of wanting to maybe, I don't know, decoupage or do something cute on like here. And then I got out like some loft spackle or magnesia powder or the wall cracking plaster and primer for maybe the roof. But I wanted it really cute, like really girly kind of birdhouse. I was even thinking of maybe doing like some stripes or something at the top, but in between each one of them to have like crackle or something different. I don't know. But I was trying to think of something cute to put on the birdhouse that wasn't like a big, humongous print. And I couldn't really... I was like, I went in and looked at my rice papers, and I was like, nothing's really sticking out as like the one that I wanted. I don't know why. So I was thinking to look at some of the tissue. That might be okay. I don't know. Let's look at some of the decor tissue and see if any of that makes me happy. Because I didn't want to do like the damask or, because I could very well just go grab like cottontail background. Who was asking me for the cottontail bunny? Because I do have it. We dodged the storm. The storm, other than rain, I'm praying for all of you. It got down to -10 the other night. It's now 8. Have to stay here. I have space heaters running so pipes don't freeze and can't leave them running alone. Oh my gosh. Mac, I'm so sorry. Jeez. Hi, Miss Linda. Golly. I really like the Garden Whimsy, but I really think that this is going to be too mute. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll keep it out. This one is whatever that is. Sue will tell you. These are all in the store. Hello? Why do I hear my voice? Hello? Where's it coming out of? Stop it. I can hear myself talking to me. I actually we haven't used this one. It's the Meadow View Farm. I think that might be cute. This one isn't like the happy enough colors for me. Oddly enough, as bright as it is. No, I don't. These are not happy from... No. Don't, Troy. Don't do that. So yesterday... Okay, go. Decoupage queen. What the mother? So yesterday I bought a brand new laptop, you guys. So yes, I do have a new laptop over here, but it's smaller than my old one, my other one that's up there. And it's Nick gave it to me. It's one of his. It's a Dell. And no. So I bought a new computer. It'll be here tomorrow. All right, so these are the Double Delights. The Double Delights I love because they come in a humongous, like, what is this? I think this is an A2. And then it also comes in an A3, which I have obviously used the A3. I love the flowers on the Garden Whimsy. They're really pretty, but I just think it's going to be too light. But then when I did this right in the middle, I liked that. Ugh, I don't know what to do. Hi, Chris. Grain sack stripes, like, what do you mean, the paper or the stencil? Who is that? Stephanie. I do like that one. Okay. Or do we not like any of these? Or do we do it reverse and do this on the roof? And maybe that's what we'll do. I'm thinking we'll do this on the roof. We'll go backwards. We'll do this on the roof and then do maybe stripes and stuff on the actual house itself. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. So after Troy took it, Troy was so cold last night. And so when he got in the bathtub, obviously he, it warmed him up. But he was, I think, so comfortable because I had warmed up his bed and everything. And then he had the warm towels or whatever. I think he was so comfortable that he put himself to bed last night, which you guys know that doesn't ever happen. And so I was like getting everything shut down. And I'm like, where's Troy? So I go on my craft room. There's no Troy. I go upstairs looking for Troy. And sure enough, he's in his bed already night-night. And then I was just saying, like, he barely woke up probably about 30 minutes ago now. And his hair is all fluffy and sticking up all bouncy and crazy. So if you guys see him, I had enough time to get him dressed, but we didn't get his hair did. So it's really fluffy. Adele, yeah. I tried, y'all. I tried. It's hooked up right now. But even like when I do my work and stuff for the store, I unhook it and hook up my old one. I don't like it. And there's nothing wrong with Dell. It's just like an HP user trying to use a MacBook, like, or vice versa. Like, I don't want a MacBook either because I'm not a Mac user. I mean, my tablet here, but that's about the extent of it. Everything else, my phone is an Android. I don't have anything else Apple that I use other than the tablet right there that you guys are seeing me from. And again, Nick bought that for me, I think for my birthday last year. I don't remember. Now Nick uses Apple, but me, Trev, Troy, no. No, 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 no. So nothing wrong with Dell. I like HP. And I was like, man, I can't be doing taxes on this little computer. Even though I have these big screens, no. No. All right, I don't know. I'm going to stop and not paint the edges because we're probably not going to leave it or, need it white. So I'm just doing this so we could do the roof. Oh, fire! Hi, Kathy Dean. How are you? Hi, Beth. How are you? Yes, Karen. This is also on YouTube. I stream simultaneously every day. Hi, Luann. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Miss Linda Baker. This feels good on my hands. He has a heating pad and a big old blankie, so I warm up his bed every night, so it's nice and warm for him to night on. Top chair from YouTube. Hi, Jade. Miss Kathy Dean, how is that, Charles? Okay, and then you guys know the deal. This one actually isn't too bad, but always on raw wood. Always. If you ever skip this step, you will know right away because as soon as you go to put your rice paper down, or in this case, the fabric tissue, it'll be all bumpy, lumpy. I don't know what we're going to. Oh, I don't know why I keep grabbing that. All right, so now we're going to use some 3D gloss gel. And then I want to get one of these right in the middle-esque. So I think we can probably... I'm trying to see if I could cut just a square out, and I'm thinking that I'm not going to make it with just one square, but we'll see. I'm going to come over here. So if you guys have seen my posts yesterday and earlier today, January 29th, which is Thursday, will be Q1 release for Redesign with Prima. And I believe, I cannot remember, but usually when they show the release, it's like either, I believe it's 9 in the morning. I will confirm that. However, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you guys know I'm over on Decoupage Queen, so I will come on with you guys earlier, so before I get on with Decoupage Queen, and then go through the release with you guys. I'm excited though. There's some new stuff. All right, I see a butterfly. I don't know if you guys noticed it. I just did. I didn't notice it from the beginning. So... hello? I still hear myself, and I don't like it. Okay, let's put this on about here. I told you guys if you wanted to steam out, the fold lines, you can, or grab your iron you can steam those out. I usually don't worry about it. It usually goes down for me fairly easy, but if you want to, by all means. Oh, this computer keeps bothering me. Oh, thanks, Sue. Charles is doing great. Thank you for asking. He's eating pizza tonight. I'm busy trying to get some stuff done for my crafting event at the church. Rocking around the world, painting rocks. Oh, how fun! Sue, who told you that? Is that posted somewhere? Did I miss the boat and are we telling people already? Hi, Anna. I didn't think we were supposed to tell anybody yet, but what do I know? I just work here. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to put this one on first. Just going to kind of get it up there, and then I can, whoa, need to kind of be able to see, I guess middle-esque. It doesn't need to be super middle. I'll have to cut that up there with a blade, which is fine. All right, let me hold it there. Try not to get too much glue up on the fold. And then I'm just going to use the back side of the squeegee where the felt is not. Oh. We didn't give a date yet. The official date has not been released yet. That's why I was wondering where Sue got that. Let's see, I'm behind on emails or something because I missed the boat on talking about it. All right, so see, like there, that crease is right there. The fold line is right there. I don't know. I just find that it doesn't really. But like if you were going to put it on like textile or something, you have the iron out anyway, so I would just go ahead and take a minute and press it out. So I guess what I'm trying to say is it depends on the surface on whether, or you could just, I don't know, maybe you always press out your folds. I don't know. All right, so we're just, whoa, look at that. What is that? A 60? An 80? Huh. No, Terry, let's not and say we did. All right, let's get a 320. Golly. Why do I have a 60 on there? What was I doing? Obviously something in order for it to be such a low grit. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, that's why you couldn't recall it. That's one thing we have not forgotten, Miss Linda. Usually it's because I've forgotten, but yeah. All right. The bottom here is in the way, so I'm going to change the direction. And you guys can always make life a lot easier and cut the size you need and not deal with all the excess like I do, but you already know. Doing things the easy way doesn't make sense in Terry's head for some reason. All right, let's just cut that off. Oh, we need to do this side too. And then I will get the blade up in there in just a second. See, that's going to be cute. Sir, the butterfly. Oh, yeah, well, It'll be good. Okay, I thought maybe they were going to be in a weird position that I couldn't. Let me see. Okay, so the older ones are not reversible. Like the new ones, the new fabric tissues are reversible. You can use them on either side, but the ones pre-2025 are not reversible, so you kind of need to make sure you have them facing the right direction. Okay, good enough. Anna, how is your son? What is he up to? Does he do sports? Anna, are you running all over for sports for him? Oddly enough, Trevor was more academic than sports. He wasn't really into sports, but when we lived in Las Vegas, he played softball, of all the places to decide to want to play a sport in 150-degree weather outside. I was like, couldn't you have chosen an indoor game? Oof. That probably scarred him, though, because after that, he didn't want nothing to do with it. Hi, Angela. Over a foot here as well and still snowing. Hi, Roxanne. Yuck. Yeah, yuck was... And you know, the kids are just miserable when it's that hot like that. And they're, because they're smaller guys, right? They're not always a whole lot of action outfield. And so, they're out there picking daisies and sitting down. It's too hot. Miserable. All right, all right, this is going to be a weird scrap piece. Cut all different crazy ways. I'll cut some of this excess now, and I'll get the rest with the blade in a minute. All right. And look I still have my Garden Whimsy out here that needs to go back in there. Okay. See? I like that. That's a good start. Okay. So before I start messing with the top coat, such an awkward shaped. Let's go this way. And then we will check it because of this excess hanging off. I'm sure we're going to need to put some 3D gloss gel up here. Okay. All right, let's do the other side because I'm sure it's the same thing. Flag football. I'm thinking about tackle in the years. Yeah, they're so tough. Oh gosh. Tackle football. I used to love to play flag football. There was only one other girl, and I will never forget her name. I remember her first and last name. There was only one other girl that would like to play tag football, and it was funny because we would always be on the opposite. We would never be on the same team, and it was kind of a joke because she would be the only one, and I'm sure for her that would actually run at her and like try to hit her. She would try to hit me too. It's flag football, not necessarily trying to hit anybody, but it was fun. Okay, I think what I want to do is paint up here rose gold, and down and around here the delicate metallic rose gold. So the stripes, I'm wondering what color I want there, because if I do it, I kind of want to, let's see something first. Let's do this. Hi, Lara. Laura. Sorry. Ooh, my rose gold is thick. Hold on, let me check my inventory and see if I can rob my shelf. Whoops. It must not have been, the top must not have been down good. Troy's gonna come running down now. Yep, here he comes. He's like, what did Mom do? She fell on her face and I missed it. I don't get to laugh at her. Oh, yep, I can. Do. I can. Hi, Choi. Are you here to laugh at me because you think I fell on my face? Mm-hmm. You already came around the corner with a big old smile. Turkey lips. So more than likely, my rose gold has been not closed very well. I have a habit of doing that. So I'm pretty good now about when I'm done crafting. I put everything away, but I'm really bad at checking the lids to make sure they're on tight. Because, you know, whenever I'm on here with you guys, I just put it on just to put it on. I'm not necessarily tightening it just in case I need to use it again. And then when I go put it away, it's no bueno. All right, let's get a tiny brush. A tiny brusha. And a not so tiny brusha. So it's supposed to look like this. And if you know, the delicate metallics are my favorite. These are the ones that I were talking about that they do not need black underneath first. As you could see. There's some imperfections in the wood here, but I'm not going to mess with it. Although I really want to smooth that down. But I love, this is the color that made me fall in love with delicate metallics. I remember using it on a tray. And I think I forgot to paint the black first and discovered that I didn't need to. So then I tried out the bluish bluish silver, I think it is. I don't know. So then I tried all the other ones and I was hooked. Hi, Robin. My cat and I made it to Ohio. Lots and lots of snow. Yeah. Yeah, I can thin it out. I can thin it out. I just didn't want to mess with it right now, but I tell you guys all the time, I sell this in the store. It's liquid color fluid medium. You need to have that in your arsenal if you have acrylic paints, or even if you have chalk paint, because sometimes you want to use a chalk paint, but it's a little bit too thick for whatever you're doing. You could use the fluid medium and thin it out. But I always tell you guys, don't like spray water into your jar of paint. That's not going to do it. But you can pour this into, and when I say pour, I literally do not mean pour. It's just dripping a couple of drops of the fluid medium into your paint, and then mix it in there, and you'll see the texture getting looser and looser, and then you can decide how much, fluid medium you want in there. But the one time that I don't check the wood everywhere, there's like a little ding right there too. Oh, you guys know that's really bugging me. I'm sure I will get it. Maybe not right this moment, but I will get it. Look at how cute that looks, though. Some boys never grow up. We'll go around with some antiquing paste around these edges and corners to blend the paper into the wood, the paint, I guess now. I went upstairs to go get dressed and stuff, and it was 58 degrees upstairs. Which reminds me, turn the heater on up there, but I'm going to have to turn it off because it gets so stinking warm with the heater on, even just for a little bit. But it won't warm it up down here, not even a little bit. Putting the heater on to warm down here is just waste. It's a waste. But I was like, no wonder Troy Troy's not getting up. I wouldn't want to get up if it was 58 degrees either. His bed was probably all nice and cozy. Okay, I got a little paint on there. But I'm going to wipe it off because I put the 3D gloss gel on there, so it'll be fine. There we go. That is going to drive me bonkers. Isn't that a pretty color? Oh, I like that. Okay. Sir. Hi, Vicky. Are you talking to Sue about Sue's heating bill? Okay, so let's dry this so I can kind of point Troy. Let's try this. I need to put it down because I need to look at it to see. Thank you for sprinkling. Must have had this for a while. The sticker's been on for a while. Okay. I want to do some smaller stripes, but I'm trying to think. Sorry, Mama. I just made you move for no reason. Your daddy moving my tape. My bad. I want to do smaller stripes, but I don't know what color I want the stripes in this color, in the rose gold, but the base of it is what I'm trying to figure out what color. I kind of thought of that, but I'm wondering if it's going to be too dark. If we do burgundy, which it wouldn't be burgundy, it would, well, I don't know. Yeah. That might be pretty. Like the green. Hi, Jackie Bates. Like that green and the pink, I think would be pretty. Mm-hmm. But are we thinking like a... Now we got to get the right color, which, will probably entail. Onyx is over me. She's like, everywhere I move, you drop something on me. I don't like it. I'm sorry, Ani. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, so sorry. Ouchie, ouchie. Okay, where's my... tinking. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Every time I go pick up Trevor, I'm always like, is there anybody Oh, we certainly didn't clean that out, did we? Like, is there even anybody in the office with you, or are you in there all by your lonesome? Every time I go pick them up, the parking lot is like completely empty. There's like maybe 1 or 2 cars in the parking lot. Because they don't have to work 10s. They can work, 10s. They can do like 4 12s and 8 on Friday and then 4 on Saturday. But Trevor said that if he works 12s, that by the time he gets home and eats dinner and goes to sleep, he's like, there's not enough time. I don't want to just be, working, sleeping, whatever. I said, no, I get that. But then it's also, not fun to, well, it's not fun to be at work, number one, but then, when you're not, it's so quiet and there's no other noise because there's nobody else around, that would drive me a little bonky. Hi, Monta. Okay, so this is Thorn. You guys know I love this color. And then I have a little bit of apple green. Please don't do that. Did it anyways. And we're just going to mix a little bit of that apple green into Thorn. And it should, yeah. It will give us Thorn, but with a little bit of almost like a yellowy highlight through it because of the apple. You'll see. I didn't want to go crazy with apple right away, but it looks like I can afford to have a little bit more. Might as well just scrape it off of this and throw this away, since it's making a mess. Oh. Thank you, Monta. All right, so I don't know if you guys should be able to see it changing. But you see how it brings it in line, but it's got a little bit of happy. Not that Thorn isn't happy, but you know what I'm saying. A little bit of brightness. Actually. Okay. Then I'm good. I knew that was going to happen. Thank goodness it didn't get on my sleeve. All right. So I'll mix this up and then we'll paint the house this color, and then we will stripe it with the smaller stripes. Did I grab a brush? No? I thought I grabbed a brush already. I need to figure out, that needs to be probably the rose gold, but it's fine. Oh, underneath there needs to be rose gold too. Oh yeah, I like it. Okay, let's do this because I feel like that is an accident waiting to happen. I don't know. Do we want underneath the roof to be rose gold too? Vicky, you can hit exclamation Amazon, and it'll send you a link to my Amazon store. Exclamation Amazon. You probably have to scroll down a little bit to find that bottle holder. We're definitely needing the crooked brush for that peak there. Somebody switch the places of my bottles. All right, so because I'm having to do all kind of wacky strokes, I'm just taking a little bit of water. And then let's get I'm just gonna get a crooked brush, the hook brush. Okay. Because I can't decide. I'm thinking that underneath the roof needs to be the rose gold too. Yes, it sure would. That's a great idea, Kathy. Could do some moss effects all the way around the bottom here. Think we will have to do that. Play with some moss effects. Well, if I'm going to do that, then I might as well just paint all the bottom green. Because I'll need a green underneath it anyways. I was looking at the weekly forecast to see if we're getting any more rain or what's happening, because I need to have my gardener come, but I want him to come after the rain. Not that it makes a difference, but I just don't want it all wet out there and then him trying to come over here and do stuff. It just shows a lot of fog and then maybe some rain one day next week, which hopefully means no. But it did see that it was going to get until like 60, 62. All right, let's do a little spritz and fix these because, again, it's all whack-a-doodle. I mixed thorn and I mixed green apple. Ay. Thorn is one of my favorite like green colors. It's just a good color on its own as well, but I wanted it to be just a little more, have a little more like yellow, if you will, to match our happy bright leaves. All right, let's see if I can do this side and not make a mess under the roof. I did the other side pretty good, but we'll see. As soon as I say that, I get green all on the roof. Whoa. All right, let's get the edges because we don't want a bunch of built up paint on the edges, and I can already tell it needs to be sanded. So I'm going to go ahead and paint at least this here. I don't know about around the bottom. I don't know. And then we will dry it, sand it a little bit, and then we will stripe it. Put some gesso so our stripes don't bleed. All right, let's dry that and then sand it. You could tell right there the wood looks so rough and bad right there. It is so satisfying. Who? Dina's comments? I like that color. Oh my gosh, is she okay? I know her page got hacked, but then I haven't heard from her after that. Hope she's doing well. What, Papas? All right. Let's use one that we've already used. That one's fine. I know it's got white on it, but it's fine. I'm gonna have to sand it again anyways, but I just need to knock down the corners. I feel like there's a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while, and not just that they've left my page, like I haven't seen them anywhere. All right. Okay, it doesn't feel icky and rough anymore. All right, we don't have to be so careful with this one. The paint's already down. Just get another coat down. Yeah, I know. Were you the one that asked the other not too long ago if we had seen her? I know somebody had asked, and yeah, Drusy and Dennis. I haven't seen. Golly, I don't. She lost her page last year sometime, right? It had to have been fairly early in the year because I feel like we didn't see her for most of last year. Okay. So we'll stripe this off with the thinner tape and then get some gesso so we can lock in our tape and then our stripes will be nice and perfect. I think the bottom of this will probably do rose gold too, more than likely. That's why I'm not painting it green. Okay. All right. Let's paint. Let me close these. See? They're not closed. I know it. It's such a bad habit. And get this off of here. And then let's dry this. And then we'll stripe it. But I almost feel like yeah, thorn is, it's a great green. Great green. It's very similar. Again, we just added a little bit of the apple just to kind of bring it in line with the paper, the leaves on the paper. This is going to be fun getting the tape up in there. Me and my bright ideas. Oh, Lordy be. I know, Papas. Can you get Mommy a tissue right there? Come here. Mama, when Mommy did your little whiskers last night, I didn't do your mustache. Your mustache. Okay, I don't know where you're going. Where are you going in a hurry like that? Huh? Don't step on her, Troy. She was sleeping. She's not even bothering you. Okay. Here, let me see your nose. No, I don't want lotion. Mommy needs to wipe her hands. Okay. Let's look at the... I think... Don't, Troy. Don't. Leave onyx alone. I think what I want to do is... Can you go put that bottle away? I think I want to start with, I think the stripes need to be just the smaller stripes, and then we will have like this on either side, if that makes any sense. Probably not, because I don't speak English very often. Hold on. So this tape is not super sticky, which is why we'll really want that gesso. Or you can use your base color if you want. All right. So we're going to have all kind of issues here. And you know what? I'm just going right up and over it because I don't want to have to try to figure out. What, baby? A banana? You want a banana? Oh, man. I just scratched that with my nail. You want a banana? I give you a banana. Hold on. We might put the base color on. I wish usually you could pull that little wood piece off or pull it out. And I tried to earlier, but I couldn't. So they must have glued that one in there. All right, I'm just going to sand this a little bit. If you would have, if we would have varnished it, it wouldn't have scratched off, but we still have painting to do, so I'm not varnishing it right now. Okay. How old are my boys? Troy is my oldest. He's 25. He's 25. Sorry. And Trevor's my youngest. He's 24. It threw me off because we're already in 2026. I was like gonna say he was 26, but no, not yet. He just turned 25 and Trevor just turned 26. Okay, so this is going to be annoying. So do we think the stripes should be little, or do we think they should be all that size? So do we think the stripe should be this smaller one, or do we like it being that size? What do you guys think? A vote? Who's voting? I need to be careful not to scratch this with my nails. And Terry's not going to freak out if they aren't straight. Right? Right. She's going to try not to freak out if the lines aren't straight. Hold on, Troy. What, babe? You got a phone case yesterday. Don't even come over here with that nonsense. Why won't it go over like literally a little bitty bit? There we go. Thank you, son. I quite like sitting on my phone. Yep, I do. All right, I have a feeling. Yep. I don't know why it's pulling up the paint, but it is. It's very. I don't like it because if it pulls up the green, we're going to have a problem. See? Look at that. Although, look at that. I kind of like that. How was that? Hold on, y'all. I think we just had a happy accident. You'll freak out for sure. Kathy Dean. I think we had a happy accident here. I can pretend, Kathy. I can pretend that I won't freak out. I can pretend. I actually don't know what's happening, but I like it. I'm not going to. You guys are all thinking it. And maybe would have not freaked out right away. Okay, maybe I would have. I actually don't know why, but I really like that. Of course, it's not coming up. It's not coming up everywhere. Some places, a lot. If I push on it hard enough, it will come up. What I was going to do was take off those two spots and then just varnish it so the green wouldn't come up. But then this started to happen. The odd thing is, this is not, it's not chalk paint, so it's not thick. So for whatever reason, it's just not, I'm just assuming because it's cold. Troy, turn that down. Troy. Hi, Miss Edie. Holy guacamole. I think he has a hard time getting it to turn down on the on his new tablet. See? Troy, you got to turn that down, son. Why am I still doing it in stripes? I don't know why I'm still doing it this way, but I am. Now, the thing is, though, we got to figure out, well, no, we're going to have to put, like, you know, some antiquing stuff in it. Antiquing stuff. Wow. Use your words, Terry. Those were my words, antiquing stuff. That's what I would normally say. I'm kind of thinking, though, that this is going to happen because of the paint being obviously wet underneath, not surface level. So it's probably going to, oh, well, we definitely don't, I just wanted to try, but we definitely don't want to go that way. I'm assuming as I get over to the other sides, it's going to get a little bit harder because it should be drying. So I'm going to just kind of go through a little quickly and make sure that I can get paint off everywhere, and then I'll go back through like some areas that I want it off more. Ooh, that one was a big one. Troy! Troy! So I'm not going to push as hard back here. Actually, right in front of your face. Let's do some of now we used to have before it got discontinued the Vintage Effect medium, which would do this, and I really like that product. I still have 3 or 4 bottles of it. It's this stuff, but unfortunately it got discontinued. But and I hate to use stuff that's discontinued, but if you have some of that, that's basically what this was. I know, now I'd never quite done it, but I know, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't pop, I didn't do your Nana. I know, we missed the whole boat on doing your hair. I tried to tell you. I know people would do this like using Vaseline. I never did that technique. But I've seen many people use Vaseline. I love the way you come smacking in my ear, eating your banana. All right. I got just one more side. But considering I was about to stripe this all, I'm sure this is less painful. Whoops. Less painful than watching me stripe it all. But I still want to do something to it. I want to make it. Okay, see, so now this is the last side. And see if I push a little harder. This one's going to be a little bit harder to do this side. It's a little, this is pretty dry over here, so I'm probably going to have to push a little harder with the bone folder, which I wasn't on the other sides. There we go. That side is really dry right there. The chalky paint line. What do you mean? What's happening with it? I don't know. What happened to it? Something happened? Ah! Alright. Let's get... We might have to get the even bigger blue tape. because remember me at the beginning said that this tape isn't even as sticky. There we go. Oh, nope. Barely anything. Huh, I guess that's okay. Barely anything on this side. There we go. I would really like if I can get a little bit more off of the edges here, maybe. Edges is usually where the paint is thicker. We got a little bit there. Let's see if we can get just a little bit off here in the middle. If not, we won't worry about it. It doesn't seem like any colors are available. Pizza for the win. Nope. Okay. So I think whatever we're going to get up is it. Okay, I'm glad that at least came up right there a little bit. Okay, we got a little bit more right there. I couldn't tell you how to do it again. I think it's just the circumstances of the paint. I mean, obviously we can get our gator and do this, right? Actually, we'll get on some of the, like the corners. And take some off at the corners, just a little bit. This one side is bugging me. I don't mind that one doesn't have as much. That one's fine. I just didn't like those little dash that was happening when I went the long ways. Okay. I'm happy with that. Let's get the top of that painted really quickly, around the rim painted, and then we can do some umbra and then put some moss effect on there. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Well, if I didn't have to sit on my phone, Ani, I wouldn't be dropping everything on your head. I'm so sorry, my friend. Hi, Sandy Triplet. Okay, let's put that in the water. Let's put that in the water. Do we need you in the water? They probably are going to need you. Put that in the water. Okay, get this out of my sleeve range. Oh, well, you guys are no longer useful to me. Okay, you get over there. Let's get the little rose. Happy accident, happy accident. Took a whole different turn. Okay. I promise I won't throw nothing else at you, Onyx. You don't trust me? I'm like, nope, I'm out of here. Sorry, it was an accident. I wasn't trying to throw things at your head. Pooper scoopers. Well, I know I can't do that. All right. There we go. Oh, this is going to be the fun part, isn't it? We just won't take 10 years. It is what it is, what it is. See, when you don't think too much about it, it doesn't take forever, Terry. There's a concept. Just keep it moving. So tomorrow on Decoupage Queen, I have no idea. There are actually a lot of projects that I want to do. But I need it to be warm outside because a lot of the stuff is I need to pull apart. I need to deconstruct it. And it's stuff that needs to be done outside. Look at you getting all willy-nilly with the brush, girlfriend. You know, like I don't want to be trying to make a mess over here and deconstruct stuff and start pounding wood and getting things all over the place. I want to do it in the backyard where I would usually do things. But it's too cold or wet or dewy or something is going on outside that I can't base paint out there. I can't do nothing. So, but there's like, you guys know that one little box, the little chest looking box, very different shape. Like I want to pull off of all of the pieces off of there. It was like knockoff would you been-esque pieces, whatever. I want to deconstruct that and then get that all primed so we can work on that. There's a bunch of things like that. There's this really cool purse that I need to deconstruct. There's a couple of frames that I need to deconstruct. Wine boxes, you guys know, clocks even. There's a bunch of them that I need to get to and like woman handle them. But I just don't want to do it I've done it in my area over here before and it's just, it is not the business. Stuff just goes everywhere. Oh yeah, that makes me happy. Hi, Carol. Can you put the paint in squeeze bottles? What paint? I would assume you could put paint in squeeze bottles. That's what, like, you know, like the big ones, the main ones that I do, I just put them in squeeze bottles. You guys can use my Decoupage Queen link for any colors or anything that I don't have here or haven't, you know, you can find it there. But yeah, I'm not aware of anything happening with the chalk paints. The last time I looked, they were all available. So you'll have to let me know. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, our last side here, and then we'll do the little perch, and then there you go, getting willy-nilly with the paintbrush again. You do realize there's green on the other side there, right? And then I'm excited to use some of the new stuff that's coming out on Thursday too. I'm going to have to look, but usually whenever Redesign does a release, because they are also in California, they usually do it fairly early for us, because it's, you know, already noon for East Coast. Typically they do it at 9 a.m. And since I have to be live with Megan that day at 1, more than likely I will be on, I don't know, I'm thinking like 11. To go through it with you guys. Not that you need me to, but I'm kind of painting around the outside of the hole, and I don't know if I hate that or not. I actually don't, but I don't think I can get it around there in a nice circle, so I better stop. So I just painted the inside red, and I did get it on the green. Just for a hot minute, I was thinking that I could do like a little halo, but hey, we'll do some umbra around there. Okay, let's dry the rose gold. Good thing we're putting Moss Effect down here because I got willy-nilly. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, Sue, I figured there were. That is, I'll, when I'm going to have to sand that. That is, it's the wood, but I can't. I've been trying not to let it bother me, but it's bothering me. It really is. Because every time I look at it, it looks like there's like a ball of paint right there, but it's not paint, it's the wood. It looks awful. I don't like it. What was I going to do now? Oh, I know. I'll get up. I'm sorry. I'm not coming towards you. I'm not bothering you. You can lay back down. I'll wheel my chair back over here. She's like, I cannot get away from you. Everywhere I try to sleep, you just got to go far, far away. Like Jack, he's way over there. He knows not to be all up under my feet, you know? Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? All right. Do you want a big mama jamma or no? Let's get the umbra. You guys already know the deal. I'm going to work that in. And I'm going to rotate my brush. And then all of these microfiber towels that he has put in my drawer are really freaking me out. I don't like touching them. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. And in order for me to move them, I need to touch them. I knew that was going to happen as soon as I seen him put it down in there. He's like, we could put this with all the scrap rags and stuff, right? And that's what I get for just saying yes and not looking at what he was talking about. Because of course it would be the microfiber rags. All right, so I'm going to get my Umbra all up in the crevices of our birdhouse and the edges. Hey now. And then just gonna wipe back a little bit. So I'm going to use the clean one because I can't get up in there, and just use this to blend it better. And then take it and go over the entire with whatever is on there from cleaning. Oh, I don't like, oh, yes, and oh gosh, I cannot. It's the same, gives me the same feeling like, I know this might be really strange, but before I go up to fold like the laundry, so let's just say like I'm done doing the dishes, right? Washed my hands, going to go up and fold laundry out of the dryer. I have to put lotion on my hands before I fold anything coming out. It doesn't matter what kind of load it is. It could be jeans. But I have to put lotion on my hands. I can't stand grabbing material and my hands feel dry. That's why Troy's always messing with me and giving me lotion, because I do put lotion on my hands all the time, constantly. But it's that same feeling. It gives me that same heebie-jeebies of whenever I'm gonna go like do the laundry and I have like dry hands. It's microfiber. No, I don't like it. I know, right? Very happy accident. Probably couldn't do it as easily again. Because I think there was just a lot of things that just happened to be right. Like the it's cold in here, so the paint wasn't drying. Other than surface, I mean, it was obviously dry to touch, but it was still wet underneath enough to pull it up with the tape. It just all happened to work. Then we'll go through with our gold. And then we'll grab our moss. And we're going to have to find like a cute bird or something to put on here, which I have lots. messy goopies. We don't like the goopies. No goopies. All right. And then, of course, we cannot just go in with whatever is left on the brusha. Do a little, just take some off of the lid there. But okay. What's this side? Yeah, it was this side. I'm like, what the heck? Okay. Then let's get our gold again. I'm not going to change the brush. And this one will not be as intentional. Just kind of go everywhere really quickly. Well, I don't know why I keep grabbing that. Have it. Just blend that out. So there'll be some pretty gold. And again, I don't know why. I just have, I don't know. Tried it, and now I always mix it. And it's one of those things where it feels weird just to do one and not the other. But totally not necessary to use the gold and the umbra. You pick it up with the needle. That's funny. Yeah, I have lotion everywhere. Lotion here, lotion over there by, the sink, because I'm always washing my hands. In my bathroom, there's like at least 2 bottles, because one by the sink, one by my bedstand. You know what it is? It looks like somebody dropped it, because there's wood right there too, like it dropped like that, which it wasn't me, because there's carpet in my room. But maybe when they shipped it, I don't know. I find that Hobby Lobby doesn't ship their stuff the best. I always have to call and tell them something is broken. Sleeping good, are you? No, that's not Onyx. Who is that? Did you sneeze, Papas? Okay, look at how cute. I feel like something's happening right here with the wood. I feel like somebody's watching me. Okay, we're just going to take a little bit of clear wax. Troy boy. What did you do? What was that beeping? Hmm? You see? I don't know what happened up here, but there was like a yellow in the wood. Okay, I'm okay with that now. But it was almost looking yellow instead of where everything else was looking. Okay, anywho, Nanny, let's get some of our moss effect. Let's put some moss effect around there. Porque I already know if I stand up, you're going to swoop in on something right here. You see that smile that you have? I don't like it. Don't be messing with my stuff, Troy. Don't. I didn't go far. You were like, if you take off too far, Mom, I'm going to do something. You're busted. You're busted, dude. You're busted. All right, let's move some of this. You're always making a mess. Why are you always making a mess? Making a mess, making a mess. Okay. Sir, let us. I know he was thinking about it. You can see he was like, how if I was gonna like go into like the craft room or something, he definitely would have messed with something. He just had that look. All right, now I think the moss effect. Now the only reason why I painted it the same color is right here down here is because I do want some green underneath, but it looks really strange to me that these two colors are the same. So I think the moss effect will be fine. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what I'm trying to. I know what I'm thinking in my head, but you know, it's always a challenge to get what I'm thinking in my head to get out. I'm just looking at the contrast is basically what I am having a hard time speaking English. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. What do I want? You don't know. You don't know? I don't know. You don't know? You don't know. All right, you can use a brush. You could use whatever your heart desires. But I want it a little bit. I think we're going to have to use a brush because I don't want it up there like that. I don't mind it up there, but I don't like it like that. Oh no! What are you doing? What are you doing, Terry? I don't know. Okay, let's see. See, I don't mind it climbing up onto the bottom there, but I need it to look like it's intentionally, like how it's supposed to look, like when vines are climbing up and not like we just splattered a bunch on there. Okay, anyways. Is today Monday? Yeah, that's why. Well, no, that's the excuse for today as far as why I can't speak. Okay, so we're going to just kind of put a little bit along there. And I'm going to do them kind of this side first and then that side, and then that side. I'm going to do it all because I don't want to try to get it all down at one time. It's too much. I can't even speak, much less anything else. Okay, what are you doing? And then when it poofs up too, I want it to organically look like it's climbing up the bottom. Oh, we have those little potted plants. Have some come over. Okay, let's poof up this side and see if we need any more over here. But I have little bitty plants. Hi, Liz. Okay, come. So obviously the thicker that you put it on, can you guys see? Okay, isn't that cool? All right, sir, we got that area. Let's do this area. Hook on. Hook on. All right, let's get some of you out. And let's get some of you out. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to help you out, Sue, and I can't. Oh my goodness. That was a lot, Terry. Okay. So now I'm going to put down our dark first. You don't have to, but typically, whenever you're doing something, you start with the dark first, but you do whatever makes you happy. If you want to start with light, start with the light. I want some on the coming over and going up onto the house as well. All right, let's get some of the dark back in there now. Let's go in the corners a little bit. All right, let's poof it up. I don't know why I hear my voice. It's really bothering me. I've muted everything. Isn't it up here though, I think? Poofy. Don't burn yourself when you do this, please. Or burn your project. Yeah, hold it from the side so you guys can see it. So I want it to poof up, especially up that's coming up on the wall there. Oh, and I added some more on this one too. It's really crazy. Oh, it's too close. It's really crazy as you're seeing it puff up. Sorry, I didn't realize the thing was in the way. But you can make it as poofy as you like. So there's that side. It's just fun. But please don't burn your project or yourself. All right, let's get our, we still have, we probably need a little bit more of this. But you can put it on with a palette knife, you know. Hey, where are you going? Let me help you. My goodness gracious, son. ¿Por qué? There's nowhere, no. When mommy's done, you can do that, but not right now. I'm watching you. So I don't know if I ever told you guys, but whatever happened to my first computer? Speaking of corners, somebody, but we won't name any names, dropped it on the floor and the whole corner cracked. And I didn't notice it right away because that said somebody also picked it up and tried to put it back where it went. And then one day, I don't know what I was doing. I think I needed to get behind the computer or something. So I needed to close the top a little bit. And the top wouldn't close. And I was trying to figure out what the heck was happening. And then I like picked it up and I seen that the whole corner hinge and everything was all busted. So it's been like that for quite some time. And you guys know I've been just complaining about it forever. But yeah. So anyways, I was telling you guys that story because now he keeps seeing me pick up and switch because my computer is on a riser over here. And it's got a docking station attached to it in order for all these screens to be on and all the other electronics to be hooked into it. And I never pulled that computer off of the docking station or pulled it off of the riser because there was really no reason for me to do that. Well, the last couple of days I've had to change the computers back and forth. So he keeps seeing me move it. So now he wants me to let him put his computer on the riser. Which is already posing like a little bit of a concern for me because I'm trying to think when I get my new computer tomorrow, I can't have him messing with it. Because look, I don't get mad at much, but if he were to have dropped that new one like the same day, I'd probably be a little bit upset. Hi, Betty. Oh, I could do that. All right, so here we go. I'm going to try to, let's angle it like that, and I'll try not to get the nozzle in the way. And so it automatically bubbles, but if you guys see, like when I put it on, I like to lift. So that way you get like just different heights. And it looks a little more like grass, if you will. Like this one is just growing off of it real crazy. So we'll just embrace it and let it grow off of there crazy. And I want the corners. So cute. So we have that last side to do. And then I will leave you guys. And then tomorrow we'll be back here Or not, well, I'll be back tomorrow, but remember, I'm only on DQ tomorrow. And I don't know, I'm going to have to figure out what I'm doing at some point today. Because there really isn't much left that I can just grab and go and start working on. I need to start, like, deconstructing it and taking, like, the older pieces off, blah, 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 blah. So, anyways. And I get bored with doing frames and cigar boxes and bottles. I can't do too many, because then I just don't feel like anything wonderful is happening with my creativity. I feel like it's all like, ugh, what is she doing? All right, let's poof up this last side, and then I'll let you guys go. Then we'll come back on Wednesday here, and I'll pull out some cute stuff, because I'm sure I have those little plants, the little tiny potted plants that we can probably put out here somewhere. There's got to be a bird that I have that we can pull out. And then we still have to do that part, because I wanted to do flowers and stuff. We got to do the candlestick and the base. And I thought it would be pretty to put like some flowers down at the base. Sorry, I'm doing it again where you guys can't see. Keep doing that, putting it right in the way. And then let's get that corner. See, it's popping off of the corner. All right, let me back you guys up. There we go. And show you. So that is our moss effect. That's so fun. I don't know how we did this happy accident, but it was a very happy accident. So this took a total turn, because I was thinking to do stripes, but not quite like vintage stripes. But there's our moss. That looks really cool. So, I want to do something cute. I wanted to do like a bunch of like, because we found all the flowers and stuff. So I wanted to do like flowers at the base, but I'll pull out the little potted plants that I have, and we've got a million birds. So we'll find some bird. Also, I know a lot of people ask if it deflates. It doesn't deflate. It feels really cool. But we also might do like a little bit of sparkle in the moss when we come back on Wednesday. So, but tune in tomorrow on Decoupage Queen, and then you guys can figure or see what I decided on to do, because I really don't know. I'm going to have to walk in there right now and not procrastinate and figure it out. So anyways, happy Monday, y'all. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. And I'll see you tomorrow on Decoupage Queen. Yeah, hopefully. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.